Hello students, welcome to AriserTalent. As you know, we are studying the important chapter of biology, that is cell, in which we have studied the cell division in our previous lecture, in which we have talked about the mitosis. Now we are going to talk about same topic, cell division, but in this lecture we will talk about meiosis. So here we go, cell division. In it we are going to talk about meiosis. Okay. So our topic of discussion is meiosis. Generally, meiosis occurs in reproductive cells and produces gametes. It occurs in reproductive cells and forms gametes, or you can say sex cells. And what are they? Sperm or ova. Clear? Next, generally meiosis takes 2 steps, or we can say it completes in 2 steps, or it occurs twice, because it divides the diploid cells and form 4 haploid daughter cells. Okay, it completes in 2 phases, or we can say it occurs twice, or here we can say it occurs twice. Generally you can mention it occurs twice. It occurs twice and divide parent cell, that is diploid, and forms 4 haploid daughter cells. How it takes place? Here you can understand 2, and it is the parent cell. Okay, it is parent cell. When there is the first meiosis, then it divides and forms daughter cell, which is haploid in nature. Then again it will divide. This is the second meiosis, and here it will form 4 haploid daughter cells. Okay, these are haploid daughter cells. Okay, it is meiosis 1, it is meiosis 2. Clear? So thus we can say that meiosis occurs twice, and then it divides the parent cells and form 4 haploid daughter cells. Clear? Next is, it consists of 2 phases. Generally meiosis consists 2 phases. What are they? Interphase and M phase. It consists, or we can say meiosis consists two phases. What are they? Number 1 is interphase. Okay, in the interphase again it has G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase, but G1 and S phase comes in the meiosis 1, and G1 and G2 phase comes in the meiosis 2. Okay, it has G1, S, G2 phase, G1 and S phase involves in meiosis 1, whereas G1 and G2 phase involves in meiosis II. Okay. Next is M phase. M phase means again dividing phase. Okay. So it consists meiosis I and meiosis II. Okay, now first of all we will talk about meiosis I. Here you can see the diagram that is of meiosis. Meiosis I. It also completes in 4 phases. It consists of following phases. What are they? Prophase 1, prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and what? Telophase 1. Okay, so what are the phases of meiosis I? Prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1. Here we can see everything in the diagram that meiosis starts from the parental cell which contains genes of the both parents. One chromosome means one pair of chromosome is from the parent, means from father, and one pair of chromosome is there from the mother. Here these are visible and mentioned also that one pair is there from the parental homologous and one is maternal homologous. Okay, once the division start, means once the meiosis I starts, then what happens? Prophase 1 is there. What happens here? We can see that synapsis means pairing of chromosomes. Here we can see that synapsis and what? Crossing over occurs in this phase. Here we can see that synapsis means they have formed the chromosome have formed pair and then they are crossing over each other. So thus we can say in the prophase 1 what? Synapsis and crossing over takes place here. Then in the metaphase what happens? In the metaphase the chromosomes elongates, okay, and then we can see that they comes to the equator again, and then in the anaphase, this is the third phase. What happens? The homologous chromosomes separates here and migrate to the what? Migrate to the poles. They are migrating to the poles here. Last one is the telophase 1. Here in this phase generally cytokinesis starts from the anaphase itself. We can see that cytoplasm starts dividing from the anaphase, but in the telophase generally cytokinesis take place and what happens? Two daughter cells are formed. As well as we can see that here chromosomes are elongated and nucleus has appeared and as well as nuclear envelope reappears here. Okay, so this is the telophase 1 where the meiosis 1 gets over, as well as the second division means meiosis 2 starts from here only. As I told you in the diagram that 2n divides and form n, here the first meiosis completes and then again meiosis second will start from telophase 1 itself. This is the reason that I told you that telophase 1 gets over here, as well as prophase 2 starts from here only, that here the haploid cell will again divide and will form the new daughter cell which are haploid in nature. Clear? So, meiosis 2 is same as the mitosis. Clear? Now, here we will talk about first of all prophase 1. Prophase 1. What happens in prophase 1? Synapsis means chromosomes pair up. Okay, synapses and crossing over occurs here. Next is what? Next is metaphase. Okay, what happens in metaphase? Again, chromosomes come at the equator. Chromosomes come at the equator or reaches at the equator. Next is anaphase. These are one. First, anaphase 1. What happens in anaphase 1? Homologous chromosome separates. Homologous chromosomes separate. Okay, they are separate and migrate to opposite pole and migrate to opposite poles. Okay, so this is all about the anaphase 1. Next is telophase 1. Next is telophase 1. What happens in telophase 1? Chromosomes elongate. Okay, nucleolus and nuclear envelope reappears, and generally two daughter cells are formed. Two haploid daughter cells are formed. Okay, so meiosis 1 completes here, completes here, and meiosis 2 starts from here only, from telophase 1 only. So it was all about the meiosis. Clear? Now we will talk about the difference between mitosis and meiosis. This was all about meiosis. Now the difference between mitosis and meiosis. Next topic is difference between mitosis and meiosis. First of all, as I told you that mitosis occurs in somatic cells, means the cells which form during the it takes place during the somatic cells, or it occurs in the somatic cells, and meiosis generally takes place or occurs in the reproductive cells. Here we can mention it occurs in somatic cells means body cells, and here it occurs in reproductive cells. Okay. Generally, in the mitosis, what happens? Generally, it divides the parent cell and form the same, means genetically identical daughter cell, and but in the meiosis, it produces haploid cell. Okay. Here we can mention it. Yes, we can say it produces genetical identical daughter cells. And how many? Generally 2. So, here we can mention it produces 2 genetical identical daughter cells, and here it produces 4 daughter cells which are haploid in nature and have genes of both parents. Okay, it completes in 1 division, even meiosis completes in 2 division. Mitosis completes in 1 division and produces diploid daughter cells. As well, whereas meiosis, it completes in 2 divisions and form 4 haploid daughter cells. Okay, so this is the difference between mitosis and meiosis, that mitosis generally occurs in the somatic cells which are related to the body cells, whereas meiosis occurs in the reproductive cells and produces gametes. Okay. It produces 2 genetically identical daughters, means it will have the diploid condition only, and but in the meiosis it produces 4 daughter cells which are haploid in nature. Okay, they have the genes from the both father and mother. Mitosis completes in 1 division and produces diploid daughter cells. Okay, but meiosis completes in 2 division and forms 4 haploid daughter cells. So, it was all about the mitosis and meiosis, that how the cell division takes place in the different cells. Thank you.